Welcome, this is Mike Jacko with Minria and Real Estate Promo with another Flip It Friday video. And today I want to talk about knowing your numbers and sticking to the numbers. One of the things I hear a lot of times, especially with today, is it's too hard to buy properties at the Mayo formula. And if you're not familiar with the Mayo formula, it's the after repaired value. So once you look at a property, figure out what it's going to be worth after it's all fixed up, that's your after repaired value. So you run your comps based on that. So once you know your ARV, the after repaired value, the Mayo formula is after repaired value times 70% minus repairs. So it's important to figure out the repair number, and the thing is I see most people, they can get to a generally reasonable repair budget number on most properties. I mean, if you look at this particular property we're at here now, we're doing a rehab on it. It's very easy to determine what the repair numbers are going to be. On a property like this, there's formulas that we teach. That's the easy part to teach you guys how to do that. The challenge is, because of the lack of inventory and the stiff competition in the real estate market right now, people are out there running the numbers, they're coming up with the Mayo, and they're not getting their offers accepted. And they're trying to run them through the MLS and through the realtors. And I'm hearing realtors saying, "Oh, I'm not going to submit an offer that low." Or I'm hearing the investors saying, "I can't, nobody will ever look at that. I run a number, and I put an offer maybe at $110,000, and somebody else will come in and make an offer at $150. How do I compete with that?" Well, the 150s, those are the people who are homeowners who are willing to spend that kind of money on the property because they've been looking at properties for the last 6 months. They put in 100 offers, and they've gotten to the point where they're frustrated, and they're like, "I don't care what the offer is or what they're asking. I want the property because I want to stop looking, and I'm willing to do the work." So they'll go and run those higher numbers. Investors shouldn't be doing those kind of numbers, but the problem is I'm starting to see a lot of investors doing that. And right now is the worst time for investors to be speculating and bumping up their numbers and saying, "I'm going to outbid everyone else so I can get the deal." Once it gets to that point, you're now just trying to make a deal happen. And when you're trying to make a deal happen, that's when you lose money. And right now we're in that turmoil. Who knows which direction the market's going to go? A lot of investors are starting to liquidate some of their inventory. A lot of investors are, they put the brakes on, but there's still a lot of investors who are trying to rehab properties right now and stay in business. So it's one of those challenging times, but I do want to encourage you, run your numbers, know what your numbers are, and stick to the numbers. Don't let anyone talk you out of those numbers, because if you do and you start buying, when you get that property back on the market in 9 months from now, if the values aren't there and you push push the window a little bit higher than you should have just to get the deal, that's where you can start running into trouble. Now, the last couple of years, that was not a problem because the market's been going up and up and up and up and up, and everyone projected them to keep going up and up and up and up. So if you did make a mistake, you just had to hold on to the property a little bit longer and it would make up for your mistakes. Well, we're at that time frame now that a lot of people are thinking that the markets are going to flatten out, soften, and maybe even start to decline. And that's where you're going to start running into problems. So if there's ever been a time to stick to your numbers and know the numbers and stick to them, now is the time. Like I said, the repair numbers, that's an easy one to teach you. In fact, I'm going to be talking about the repair numbers at our monthly meeting at Minria in our November meeting. We've got online trainings for that. I just want you guys to make sure that you're sticking to your numbers. You know the numbers, and just stick to your guns on that. That's my message for this week, is just stick to your guns and don't let anyone talk you out of it to try to get a deal done. I would rather you miss a deal or miss an opportunity rather than pay too much for a property. So with that, we'll see you guys back here next week with another Flip It Friday video. And if you like these videos, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.